Okay, well, looks like my internet bailed on me today. I gotta say, Seattle's been a little bit shaky lately with its infrastructure, but hopefully we're live again. So give me a hot second here to check in to see if it's true, and if it's true. Hey, looks like it's true. Wicked. Okay, cool. So we're back up and running. I'm going to repost here real quick. Let's see. Stream died and is reborn. We'll do that. Post, and then we're doing some replies on the social media. And down here. There. Okay, great. We got all the medias back up and running again. So let's see how today serves. We're on shaky footing already today, folks, but that's okay. I have the day off. I have tomorrow off, and Monday's a holiday, so I don't work then either. I've got a 5-day weekend starting now. So my plan is to work till 9. Work till 9. And then I'll do some off-screen stuff, and then I'll be back on screen maybe like around 4 o'clock. But okay, great. So we were talking about placing these different terrain and condition icons, visibility icons. This is the page that we're working on, and again, this is a 16:9 format. So on a PDF on a device like Yonder, oh, I just got a whole bunch of texts. Well, thanks guys for letting me know. I appreciate it. Yes, I did in fact go down. So, but we're hopefully back up and kicking. All right, so that's good to go. Yeah, 16:9 format. So on your device, there's a 12-point base font, and like this subtitle here is a 14-point font. This is a 20-point font. This is probably really easy for your eyes to read on your screen. This isn't the right program, but if I were to turn the phone on its side, each of these individual columns are also 16:9. So you, once this thing is actually published, like you could zoom into each, like by flipping your device, you can look at each individual column one at a time. So like I use a 9:12 tablet here. It happens to be within reach today. Here's the tablet that I use. And it's so easy just to drop this in front of you behind your DM. If this mat were my DM screen, see how I could have my tablet sitting on the floor on the table like this. Some of you probably already do that in your Meat Space games, or if you're playing in virtual tabletop online, then let's fill our space here. You might have like I use a 32-inch monitor, but some people use 2 monitors. So if you're using 2 monitors, you can just dedicate one of them to the PDF alone, or you could have a separate tab. So like I have multiple tabs when I run virtual tabletops. Over here on the far left side will be Discord chat, so I can see whose name is lighting up when they're talking to me, so I can try to learn names and voices. And then the central space is the map that we're working in, like especially in 5e, the map where we're moving tokens around and stuff. And then on the right hand side is typically where I fill dice rolls. Like on Roll20 is the VTT I use, so I would fill my dice rolls over there, but I don't actually need them because I just ask the players to tell me what they roll anyway, like we're at a table. And I would be able to have a single column here sit while I'd have these 2 columns here would represent is pretty much the space that I actually use on Roll20, and then over here is plenty of space for me to use my Discord. And then I would just flip, like if I needed a rules reference, I just have a separate window open that I just, oh yeah, here we go. This is a good example. So we've got this going here. Like I could easily, like this is a good game space for a map. Like if I'm scooting around in Roll20 or whatever, this is generally the space that I would use. So I could actually probably tighten this up like this a little bit, scooch this over a smidge, and then free up a little bit of space. And now I have like I don't actually need this much room. I only need about this much room over in Discord for me to keep an eye on the names of people that are lighting up and to see if anything pings at me while we're playing. So this is my setup on a 32-inch monitor, and obviously you'll have your own setup when you do VTT. But because of this, like I could either flip and see the full page very easily, or I could just leave it in this single column format here, and then I'd click the button and it would serve up the next one, and I'd just be able to push it wherever I need it to be. So anyway, that's how fills do, and that's kind of some of the inspiration and idea that goes on behind that. So we're working on icons. I'll get to the actual point now. So we've got I want to make these icons better. Black and white. Okay, those are good. I like that size. That makes sense. Symbols might be a little squinched. So giving them a little bit of space is probably a good idea, so they're not so squinchy. And then over here on the right-hand side, look at all that lovely space I gave these. They ain't squinched at all. But they aren't even keel either. Okay, we'll get to it. This is literally what we're working on right now. So let me get to work. Oh! I see opportunity. Okay, so these backgrounds are good. I like those. These icons. I'm just using black and white. That's very easy. Black, white. It's just gray. So let's do that. And let's just create new. I mean, this doesn't have to be difficult. It's just simple icons. But I want them consistent. 6, 5, 4, 3. 3 looks good. Let's go with 3. I'm not trying to do anything. Again, not trying to do anything fancy. Just trying to do. So I stream on a normal week. I stream 9 times, Monday through Friday in the morning like this. I do artwork, which is typically going to be like 6:30 till 8 o'clock a.m. Seattle PST time, which is UTC -8. And then I'll have a game design stream Mondays and Thursday nights like tonight. And Tuesdays and Fridays as well. Monday and Thursday night typically is like around 5:30. Yeah, like around 5:30 Seattle time, which is then -8 UTC, for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then on Tuesday and Fridays lunchtime, I do. About an hour, typically a little bit less, because it's a lunch break, so I can just log on and do some cool game stuff and then move along, go back to work and la-di-da. So, but this is, but I have vacation time this week, so I take a week off in May every year to celebrate myself and my birth. Being here on the planet, saving the world 1 pixel at a time. So today I'm streaming from 9 well, I started at 6. I think I started at 6:40, but then our stream died after 15 minutes, and I had to relaunch the stream. Such as it is. But let's get this. I'm being nitpicky because I can. It's not complicated, but that doesn't mean I need to be sloppy. It was already sloppy, but that was just a placeholder for proof of concept. And the concept has been proven. So sally forth, make it good. We've seen a lot of this icon, so that feels what one would generally call good. But yeah, I'm gonna play this morning till 9. If I feel like leaving early, I will. You know, it's all up to the muse. Whatever she's willing to produce through me for the day, I will happily transmit to you. And then we'll be back later on today. I'm thinking we'll bounce on like around maybe 4:30. Just get in a little bit early. And we're going to be working on the Unearthed Arcana release of the horror subclasses. Now that we have the scaffolding for all 13 D&D classes built for the Color Mana system, we can take a look at those subclasses and see if they jive with what we thought would be good design for all that, because we have all of the subclasses in there. Now it's just a matter of how's Wizards updating it. So when we publish those books, we're only going to go with the player's handbook subclasses, the 4 each, and then we'll wait until new supplements come out in the future to continue adding new subclasses ourselves. So click there for transform, flip horizontal now, baby. Feels pretty good. It's not an amazing eye shape, but it doesn't have to be. That wasn't the assignment. Next thing we're going to do is merge and resolve. Let's squinch this a little. This is pretty. And the next thing I want to do transform, flip horizontal, feels a little thick. It is. That's too thick. But I mean, I like the proportions in general. Let's go back to 3. No, we'll go with 4. Let's go with 4. This is the symbol of Mabar. There, that actually feels really, really good. So let's merge that down. I feel like it's a little too tall. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then horizontal. I don't need this page anymore. No. So the Eye of Mabar is an artifact in the campaign. It's what's powering the manifest zone. So when you perform this ritual with this artifact, it starts to generate an expanding manifest zone until it's basically a 5-mile emanation. And everything within that emanation becomes a Mabar manifest zone, and it intensifies. You can only do it at a location where there should be, where a manifest zone exists to Mabar, but it intensifies it so much that at the nexus where the artifact is at, when the ritual completes, it actually opens a permanent portal to Mabar. You can just walk through, which means that all the demons and undead in Mabar can just walk through into Eberron and, you know, assault the world from inside. And it terraforms the environment into all sorts of exotic materials that the necromancers that are doing this are planning on exploiting, basically for profit and clout. So without really thinking about like how freaking dangerous is this idea. But so the Eye of Mabar is the artifact, and so we're cheekily making a eye icon. Now I'm thinking maybe we $158. How about that? And then let's select that, and then select, modify, contract by 2. Yes, I think that's super fun. So bright light. Can I duplicate the group, merge the group? Image, adjustments, mode, invert. Maybe. Maybe I want to duplicate here. Duplicate. Let's bring this down here. I mean, this is absolutely correct. Darkness, dim light. I'm not 100% on the dim light looking like that though. Maybe, maybe what I actually want to do is, hold on. Let's duplicate this group again. Bring it up to here. Bring it down to, really? Here. Thank you. But, All right. Dim light. There we go. Darkness. Darkness. Yeah, that's proper centered. Proper centered, proper centered, proper centered. All is good. What I am working on right now is bright light is good. Let's take that and invert. And then select, modify, contract. Let's instead, let's select, modify, contract by 3. Let's select, modify, expand by 3. Select, inverse, delete. What if... Okay, leave the dim light like that. What if we get rid of the dot and just make it these circles as well? Because I kind of like that circle bit. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. All right, let's keep at it. Let's keep at it. We're going to select, modify, contract by 3. Get rid of that. We can duplicate. No, we don't need to do all of that. We can just go down here to the darkness. Shice. Did I really bond those two things together like a dumbass? I sure did. I was a dummy. Oh, yeah, this actually probably will work out. The dummiest of luck. Works out pretty nicely. Okay, bright light is resolved. This one. Let's cut this free. I think it's a rescue of some sort. Drop that down. How the hell did I get that size? What is it, 74? What a weird... Yeah, geez, it's 74. What a weird size. It is a perfect fit. Let's do that. Select, modify, contract, delete. Duplicate. Now the question is, do I like it? It's a cleaner design. I just don't feel like they stand out as much. Maybe I need that black, the dot of the eye to make it stand out more. I feel like I need the dot. Damn. Yeah, not like that. Let's take this to here, and then that actually does look pretty good. And it's a really unique shape, so I don't think there's going to be any difficulties with it. And then let's go down into darkness. Grab you and make you redo again like that. I think it's hard to mistake. And then the question is, which one of these? I feel like that's the right choice. I feel like this is the right choice here. So let's duplicate that layer. What if instead woof. Like a white circle with gray in the middle isn't distinguished enough. Like it doesn't like it. Yeah, like as in like a distinguishing feature. It isn't distinguished enough. Like the literal definition of it. Yeah, this is probably the best way to do it. Okay, let's do that then. That was structured and organized, and I think it turned out pretty good. Whew, dilly. All right, let's step past that. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. We got another hour to go. We got more icons to do, so I'm going to take a sip of coffee here real quick. Man, that is born of refreshment. I've got this horchata flavored coffee. It's pretty good. It's better when it's hot than cold, but it's got like this almost like this mapleness to it. It's interesting. Actually, you know what? This isn't horchata. What is this? Hold on, I gotta refill my cup anyway. Give me a hot second here. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's churro. Not horchata, churro. That's where I'm getting that carameliness from. That's what I'm tasting, caramel. Yeah, it actually comes through. This would be really, really good with some sort of like an actual caramel syrup. Like dipping some in there, that'd be really good. All right, let's see. I feel like I think I fucked something up. I think I accidentally erased a thing. So I'm going to duplicate this group. No, we're not going to save those changes. We're going to reopen that and pray to God that it's still there. Oh, yeah, that's right. We were fucking around with this page a little bit. There to there, and then center that up. There. Well, if this wasn't saved, then none of it was saved. So that's actually incredibly positive. Yeah, cool. Okay, great. And so now we can go back into this piece here. Here. Duplicate this group. Look, hey, there, lined up. How about that? Now we can hit save because we did the work. And we didn't accidentally delete the whole right-hand column. Super good. And we already have all the icons as the tokens that we were showing on the maps already in the previous non-crashed stream. Good. We'll get to those. So let's focus in over here for now. Okay. I'm tired. I've been getting shit sleep lately. I'm feeling very, very fatigued right now. Oy vey. Let's see what we're gonna do. Difficult. Let's see if I can push through this. Let's get some of this stuff done. Maybe I just need. Maybe what I need is more caffeine to chase the sleepies away. I do like those shoes. Okay, cool. So let's lean into what you love. Let's duplicate this layer here. Give us a twist. That. Go. Let's duplicate, free transform, flip. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Free transform. Flip. Rotate. Merge. Rotate. Nice and smooth. It feels good. Difficult. Exhaustion. Little Z's. I don't know if Z's are appropriate for exhaustion or not, but I sure think it's funny. No reason why I can't have fun. Talk about your square peg round hole. That was weird. That free transform, Horizontal. Such a great face. Yeah, maybe I do want to offset a little bit. that's such a sad face. I love it. So funny. Free transform. 1, 2. No, just 1. And then duplicate the layer. Bring that up to here. Free transform. 1, 2. Two. transform. Maybe like that. I know I'm being really nitpicky, but it's iconography. It's graphic design. It's important that you get it right. Actually, having those bottoms line up there, that feels pretty good. Then, yeah, we can just do a curve. I know that Z isn't necessarily, like, isn't 100% accurate for exhaustion, but I think just as a layman's term, exhaustion and tired and Z's, I think they're related enough that we can get away with it. I just gotta find this. I gotta find the right curve. What if I had like little dots underneath them? I kind of like that. Here for transform, tilt, more space. I kind of like that. And he just looks so weepy. I like that look. I think yeah, this is turning out pretty good. I think I kind of still like it curving around though. And then if we tilt it over a little bit so it centers up a little bit more. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. This guy's so weepy. I love it. I think that's pretty great, actually. I like that a lot. All right, so that's good. This is cooking a lot of right along. So exhaustion is now resolved. So you can have fog in a bright light area. You can have heavy or light fog in any one of these lighting conditions. So we have obscurement here, but we also have obscurement here. So the worst degree of obscurement is like you could have like in light fog obscures vision beyond heavy fog lightly obscures vision within 20 feet and heavily obscures vision beyond. Light fog lightly obscures vision beyond 20 feet and heavily obscures vision beyond 40 feet. So 20 foot, 40 feet are the bandwidth there. And dim light conditions in general is things are lightly obscured. It's like things aren't obscured at all in bright light, but then if you have fog, it gets obscured. If you're in dim light, everything is already lightly obscured. And light fog lightly obscures vision beyond 20 feet and heavily obscures vision beyond 40 feet. Darkness, vision in the area is heavily obscured. You have the blinded condition. There you go. So these help define what these are. So we put the visibility in with the condition terrain. And yeah, there you go. But I want to find, I just need a font. Like I'll probably end up using this same font here. I think we're actually using Atrios. I think we're using Atrios Light is what we're using for icons. So I'm going to go back through and grab that. So I'm not going to bother with the font here right now, but it'll end up just being a white font we're going to drop in on here. The only thing that we really need to worry about right here, right now, light fog. I'm going to drive the opacity on that down. I won't bore you with me typing this out and then transposing the text into the page. I'll do that off screen. It's just not very entertaining. Oops. There. Good. Meh. Meh. There. There we go. that. Heavy fog. Yeah, looks real good. And we'll fill in those text icons separately. Piercing damage. Whenever a creature enters this space or begins its turn there, it takes d6 points of piercing damage. Loose bones that cannot form a skeleton grow and twist into gnarls of steel-like serrated vines that deal d6 points of piercing damage. Huh. You know what? Honestly, I don't think I need to have a piercing damage hazard. I don't think that's necessary. I can clear that one because that's kind of irrelevant with the ferric vine. I could just add more text to the ferric vine space and get rid of piercing damage altogether. I think that would work. Let's do that. Hold on. Five, two, one. Okay, so we can. I think we can get rid of that. Let's take that language and brand. I don't think I need a separate icon for the black florets because they're just kind of. Control F. Plague Wind. Plague Mist. Plague Moss. Plague Mist. Plague Wind occurs when Plague Mist and flat florets are carried by wind. I win from the manifest zone. Okay. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's see. Loose bones that cannot form a skeleton grow and twist into gnarls of steel-like serrated vines that deal 1d6 piercing damage. Vines. Period. Copy, paste, too much. When it begins its turn there, it takes 1d6 points of piercing damage. And then we can just drop black florets altogether. Loose bones grow and twist into gnarls of steel-like serrated vines. Into serrated gnarls. That deal 1d6 points of piercing damage whenever a creature enters this space or begins its turn there. Fuck yes. We did it, boys. We got it limited down to 3 lines. I like it limiting to 3 lines. We're kind of pinching in that space a little bit. Loose bones. Stray. Stray bones. Loose bones. Unburied bones. Fuck yeah, that worked. Unburied bones grow and twist into serrated gnarls that deal 1d6 points of piercing damage whenever a creature enters this space or begins its turn there. There we go. And we don't need the piercing damage moniker anymore. We've got this is good here. Drop that in here. That's looking good there. all seems to sit pretty. Okay, well, I think I shouldn't have gotten rid of the... Let's grab this again real quick. No. Let's go back up here. Let's see. What is that? Is that a 5-point font? Yeah. Seems to be shaping up pretty nicely. Emerald caps. I don't... Crystals, plague moss, black florets, then Vulpina and plague and emerald caps. And then plague wind. Black florets and Vulpina. Okay, so these here at the end, that makes sense. Plague moss, crystals, emerald caps, plague moss. I feel like these should flip around. Crystals, emerald caps, ferric vines, plague moss, Vulpina Letharia, black florets, and plague wind. Do I just want to do? So I don't want to feed them in alphabetically, but plague moss and black florets come before emerald caps and Vulpina. And you can't really have necrotic bones. There you go. I'm okay with that, but that has to be, yeah. The crystals in my bar is the foundation of everything. It becomes the soil that everything grows out of. So I feel like I could put black florets after plague moss. Let's try that. I need to keep 3 spaces here. Okay. I could add in another line of text to the black florets if I wanted to / needed to. So I can hold that in reserve, and I can make modifications to the plague wind entry if I wanted to. Crystals, plague moss. Black florets grow in black and plague moss, so I don't necessarily need to depict them separately. Emerald caps, ferric vines, Philpina Lotharia. Heavy fog, light fog. Okay. Save, and let's export this page, and then reintroduce it. More, export, create a PDF, options, document, current page, no properties or structure tags. Everything else is fine. And this will be page 5. Hey, Steve, how you doing? They poof. We'll have a PDF pop up. Thank you. And we can... Yeah, Microsoft Edge has not been closing for me lately. I don't know what's going on with it. But once it opens, it just does not close. There we go. Close Microsoft Edge. Get the hell out of here. You ever see a man say goodbye to a hat before? Once. All right, get that out of the way. Let's import this. I don't need this anymore. File. Open, crystals, page 5, open, copy all, copy, text. There you go. So far, so good. So what? Yeah, I think breaking this up feels good. Exhaustion. At the end of every hour, a creature occupies this environment. It must succeed a Constitution saving throw DC 15 or gain 1 exhaustion level. While occupying this environment or space, the ground is considered difficult terrain. Every foot of movement costs 1 extra foot. Heavy fog lightly obscures vision within 20 feet and heavily obscures vision beyond. Light fog lightly obscures vision beyond 20 feet and heavily obscures vision beyond 40 feet. Poison condition. While occupying this environment or space, creatures gain the poison condition, rolling attack rolls and ability checks with disadvantage. Whenever a creature enters or begins its turn in the space, it must succeed a Constitution saving throw DC 15, or it can't take any actions this turn. We got rid of the serrated, so I can, let's see. Cut that loose. There. Okay, so far so good, right? Don't need that anymore. And now, if we need to, we have a space open to add another condition. If somehow something crops up that we hadn't thought of that needs addressing, we have the bandwidth on the page to be able to do so. Let's grab here. Let's go to exhaustion. Duplicate that layer. Oh, sad. Okay, those layers, drop them down to here. Bloop. Like that. This one can be different. These little misery, I really enjoy these little misery faces. I just think they're fun. And that little tormented lip. That's so good. Hold on. That's so fun. Transform. Nah, I think that confuses the signal. Let's not do that. Just keep it simple. Too much detail can sometimes confuse the message. So we'll drop him down a little bit here, and we'll make a new layer here. Poison. Sickened. And then we'll have to break up the squares into their individual boxes. So we can do that in a moment. Here. Cut. No. Cut. Paste. Poisoned. Heavy fog, light fog. Heavy fog. Exhaustion. Difficult terrain. There. Now everyone's been separated out into their own bits. Stay here. Like that. Yeah. And transform. Something this-ish. Get rid of that. How does that feel? Poisoned. Let's have it lead away. Like that. That. Being very nitpicky, but iconography is like that. It's a little picky. Almost there. Stay on target. Oh god, my timer hasn't been going off like at all. Hey, it's 9 o'clock on the button, and my alarm, somehow my alarm got stopped. So, but hey, that's this is about where I expected to be. I think I can finish this up on my own, off screen today or tomorrow or Saturday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Who knows? But this looks good. I'm happy with this so far. We already have all the icons for these things on other pages that we showed earlier in the session. We need to do the poison condition. Sickened, I like how that looks a lot. Poisoned, exhausted, I like how that looks. Difficult terrain, I like how that looks. The Eye of Mabar, that's a cute little nod to what we've been doing. Bright light, dim light, darkness. Cool. Okay, that's it for now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of here for now. I'm going to go do some housework stuff that fills do when they're not on screen. And I will be back. I anticipate being back on around 4:30 to 5 o'clock for us to work on the... looking at the translations of the Unearthed Arcana, the subclasses of horror that got released recently. We've been translating all the classes and subclasses into the Color of Mana spell point variant rule system that we have published on the DMs Guild. So now that we have new subclasses that are being experimented with, we can take those ideas, incorporate them into what we've been doing, and translate them into the mana model. And that'll be our session tonight. I don't know if we'll get through all of it today, this evening or not, but if we don't, we have an extended lunch tomorrow at 2 o'clock, probably from 2 till 5. And yeah, so I'll see you guys on the other side. Cheers.